Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. Actually, I'm doing this record on morning. Okay, so today our topic lesson is quite huge. I mean, like the slide is quite plenty. So as you can see, there's this topic 9. Okay, topic 9 is about new venture creation. Okay, and you can see there is many of our subtopic here. Okay, and you can see for the slide itself is total 54. Okay, right. So for topic today, we do have chapter combination from Scalper and Valerie textbook is from chapter 10 and 15, and you can see there will be a subtopic regarding creativity, innovation, and legal structure. And then we do have the gathering information and how we want to do strategy of entry, meaning to say a new company when you want to start up the company, what is the strategy as a new company, as the new entrance, huh? And then number 4, we will do some of the marketing strategy and the strategic planning and the management. So in your group assignment, there will be like the information in that particular case study that you have got for each group, right? So you have to take it out regarding this information now. So that's why from time to time I will keep on doing this record lecture, so you know that so this is important thing that you have to put in your report, just to remind, because now is already week 10. So I hope that you still can I mean like working or work up on your group assignment, right? So without further ado, we're moving to the creativity. Okay, so this is techniques, okay, on how you want to become a creative person. Okay, because creative is something like you must be born from your generation, and there is genetic, because creativity is something that the God given, of course, and at the same time, how the way we are thinking about something. So there is a few techniques been suggested, okay, in our textbook in here. So there will be like attribute listing, brainstorming, force analogy, and also problem reversal. Okay, so when we're talking about the attribute listing, there will be a lot of what we call as a list. Okay, list about on how we want to think about creative, how we want to be a creative. So if let's say when you are develop or you create some new creations, right? So for example, R&D, research and development, they create something, products, okay, new products. So they will ask, okay, what actually the customer want. Maybe the product have been exist in the market nowadays, but how we want to make sure that this product can meet really fulfill 100% satisfaction of the customer. So you keep on having this listing in your mind. So what to have is we list it, and we will actually try to meet the satisfaction and the requirement, or I can say demand from the customer. So this is how we think. Okay, and when we're talking about the brainstorming, okay, we're talking about how you want to think out of the box. Okay, bear in mind it's also same like the attribute listing, but attribute listing more on individually, but brainstorming you with your group team. Okay, with your team members, with your group members, you will every single people person in yes in the group will try to actually giving some and point out some of your idea, and then from the idea they will brainstorm. Brainstorming to say you are pull together, and then they will give some uh suggestion, or maybe they give some uh, who will be agreed on this particular person point, who will disagree on this particular point. So that is how they brainstorm. But bear in mind, brainstorming mostly you are thinking in the groups. So the highest of the agreement, okay, the highest of the agree, can I say agreement? Yeah, it's the highest of the pool, okay, or the people who that maybe agree with that maybe a person. idea. So there will be implement his idea. For example, which is resulted from the brainstorming. But brainstorming, the good things is we can actually feel that, oh, there will be like pro and cons of our idea. And forced analogy is mostly like you have been forced to think, okay, creative. And I might say that because you are in the environment that you are being asked to do something. For example, your job scope, okay, your job description, okay, your work duties. So you've been asked to create something new, okay. I give very simple example in this kind of industry like telecommunication industry, right? So this is what they use the force analogy. So because they have to make sure that they can beat the competitors nowadays, especially this kind of COVID-19, they have a lots of the customer need and demands. Okay, high needs and demand towards the especially the gadget and technology tools. So that's why they have to think how to make sure that we can meet it. Okay, so that's what they've been forced in order to do. And somehow, when we all are in the R&D department, this thing is something like become routine, okay, in among your teams because you've been asked to give like your how to think creative, okay. And problem reversal, meaning to say, I always mentioned to you all before, if you still remember, how we want to make sure that the problem is that be seen as the opportunity, but not seen as the problem itself. So that is the word reversal there. Okay, you will be pointing something like negative. Maybe for you, problem is negative, right? Negative, but bear in mind, sometimes the negative factor can become a positive. Okay, so that's why it reverse the problem from the problem to become opportunities. Okay, example, maybe like in this kind COVID-19, I also always give this because we are in this current situation, right? Okay, maybe before this, when you go anywhere, when you go hang out, okay, you go somewhere, maybe meaning to say you go to other places that are very crowd, right? So when you go back home, sometimes we not even bother to take bath directly and then wash our clothes directly, right? So the wisdom, okay, when we see this problem, of course, number one, if we it's actually train us to become more hygienist, okay, more clean to ourselves, to take care ourselves after we go back to somewhere, especially when, like me, I'm going to supermarket, I'm going to market. So I will after I'm going back to home, I will automatically will go and wash the clothes, and of course we have to go to take bath, right? So this is something like become routine. So instead that we see the COVID-19 itself become just a problem, but actually giving us some of the wisdom. Okay, we might be maybe before this we not even take care, but actually before COVID-19, or even those this pandemic is not coming to us, but still you have to remember that the virus is everywhere. Maybe before this is not so savory like what we have today, but this is the wisdom, the positive side, the opportunity side. And I might say that the another way around, like the like a mask, right? And even like sanitizer. Okay, maybe for you it's like me too, we feel like this is quite costly, it's like investment, right? Every month we have to actually give some portion of our money to buy the mask, example. So before this actually we should take care, but when before this, when we used to see people using mask, we like why this person is using mask. But nowadays we will be fine, like if people not use mask, they will say why you not using mask, right? So this is the problem reversal. Okay, we have to be conscious, we have to be very careful. So because from the problem will become opportunity. Of course the opportunity is to those who are the supplier of the mask and sanitizer and the shield, and of course for those in the pharmaceutical industry, medical industry, this is, and also the work itself, okay, those the pharmacists, medical assistant, medical officer, and all the cycle in the hospital is become the frontliner is the very major one, very important. Not forgetful also to those our like army, like police of who are doing their roadblock. Can I say that? To keep inspect and to make sure that everybody in the like stay at home, right? Stay at home. There is no important thing to do. Just stay at home. All right, and then so this is the innovation. Okay, as you can see from here, um, of course when we want to do innovation there must be a sources, right? So the sources is come from the two factors in here, two sources, which is number one is come from the internal. Okay, meaning to say what is internal is within an organization. And you can see, sorry, yeah, okay, and you can see in here point number one, gap between the expectation and reality. So if you see, there is like I see just now, right? I think that you feel that there will might be a demand, okay, expectation from the customer, okay, the consumer from your product. So there will be like a gap, loop there, loop, I can say loop and hole, okay. There will be like something missing there. So that is the sources of innovation. We want to actually fill up the hole, we want to fill up the gap, okay. We don't want the gap is too far away from each other, from our competitors. So I might say that within the reality and the expectation is too much gap. So this is actually how the sources of in term how we want to create a new innovation, and then of course it's like unexpected occurrences, okay. Yeah, giving back the like example COVID-19 virus, okay, and also a pandemic, okay. I might say that this is unexpected, we not even there in our plan. Okay, in 2020 there will be like pandemic COVID-19 will be, I believe that maybe you read somewhere, or maybe you might say that a certain of the song, certain of the film, okay, they're already predicting this something like to be happen, but they're not like exactly saying that it's COVID-19. For example, like the Korean movies like Train to Busan, something they might say that they're likely like there will be like predicting there will be like this kind of pandemic happen, but it's not directly. Okay, what I'm trying to say right now is unexpected occurrences, why the reason people have to make the vaccine, vaccine for the COVID-19. So this is one of the, I can say, this is one of the innovation, okay, because they have to make it. And then you believe or not, before this, okay, they do not don't, because we know, because there is a lot of um before this, like in the first 1.0, MCO, if you still remember when we have to face the first of this I can say this first time experiences of pandemic, we are shortage in term of the PPE, personal protective equipment, for example, like shield, okay, and some of the medicals utilities and also tools, okay, and this is actually gives some innovation. For example, like shield, I believe that the first university is like University Tenaga Petronas, okay, they do some R&D, and they believe that the shield can be used in order to help those the frontliner to embark with this especially the COVID-19 patients, right. So this is some of the innovation. They use something like the things, the sources is they're easily to get, okay, and they do some the pattern and they design it, and then they supply it to all the frontliners. So I think that this is one of good how to say that, motivation, okay. When we have this unexpected occurrences, there is a lot of idea to help. And some more, some of the famous fashion designer, all right, they do with their talents, okay, they also do some sewing their what we call mask, okay, and then even like for the PPE gown, frontliner gown, okay. So this is, I can say that it's the thing that is come into mind for the innovation, for unexpected occurrences. And of course, the another sources is goes with the process needs, okay, because we need that, okay, we need that. Example like vaccine, we really need right now, right? So they must become for way around, okay, they keep on giving this vaccine to, of course, if you realize, you read somewhere, okay, the another country started to give, like Saudi Arabia, the first king, I mean like the king itself is been the first one who are getting the vaccine, because some say when they getting this vaccine, they also will have some side effect, okay. So that is the risk that they have to bear, when you are taking this kind of vaccine, because the process needs that. And the advances in technology or consumer attitude. So just now I told you, because the demand and the expectation, especially in this kind of pandemic, of the consumer is keep high from day to day, okay, because they need for their work from home, okay. And like the student, they have to study online from home, all right. So the advances in technology is meaning to say they have to make it. And then, and you realize during this time we have to actually do some our I mean like we have to force ourselves, right, to learn about what is the Google Meet, what is Zoom, what is what it call blue big button. Okay, so this is something like the platform. And like us itself, we have like Neo, and some other around they have the Google Classroom. So this is the advances in technology, okay, whereby we never expected, like me also, I never expected that I will have to teach like this online before, okay, because I have worked in IIC around, this year is almost 10 years, my 10 years, right? So when I see this, wow, this 2 years, like 2020 and 2021, is giving like challenging, right? And yeah, actually I'm started slowly, okay? I'm started slowly, meaning to say like since like diploma subject, like diploma student, I have given them some like tasks, right? I ask them to do in video, report also I start to ask them to submit in like more on paperless. Okay, actually, I don't have in mind say, oh, COVID-19 will come, but it's just like following the trend of the technology, right? So I said like, why not we try, the student? But alhamdulillah, okay, tabarakallah, because of this thing, okay, it makes me like like in another way around, it helped me, okay. It's like, oh, actually I already implemented is the previous year, like last semester, like in last semester in like to 2020, but I already implement during the January semester, okay, meaning to say like December semester 1 there, I already implement during that time. So I said, oh, this is what maybe God want to give me like something. Why the reason I want to make it like this assignment, right? So I believe that there is, of course, the consumer attitude who are really advances in technology. This is a very, I mean, like for those R&D out there, especially in telecommunication industry, this is something like challenging to you all, because your customer, your consumer is challenging you actually, okay, why you have to provide this kind of thing and how you can provide it, okay. And of course for the external is for the social environment. We do have the demographic, of course. We have the demographic, and you can see the first one, okay, when we start talking about the demographic, um it's talking about the personal background, okay, your age, okay, your gender, and then they used to have like your income, your personal preferences. So this is a social environment involving demographic that will be like why the reason people want to make it for you, okay. For example, like I might say that maybe they are focusing on your personal income, okay, personal income. If you are the right one, like high what we call the first class in the customer, so you might have your own budget on to buy the gadget or technology in a kind of way. Maybe you are budgeting for your budget is like 10K, okay, to buy like appliances you for work, For example, like you have your netbook, laptop, you have your own printer, okay, you have your own everything. It's like when you go to office, when you go back, you also have your second office at home or something like that, right? So maybe they're focusing on that. And the second one, we have the perceptual, okay. Perceptual is like more on how your perceptions, okay, when you do some this social environment, right, how your perception towards something, okay. So I believe that in the social environment, the perception is very important, okay, because we want to make sure that in a particular, okay, of area, okay, you have to be in cycle. Okay, I might say that nowadays, if you can use of the gadget, people might be somewhere. Where are you from? That is your the community perception. Okay, where are you from? Why you can't use it? So this is a social environment that we have to like. Oh, okay, I have to learn. Okay, I have to change my mind. I have to learn, and I have to make sure that everybody will teach me on this. So I believe, okay, when we decide on this, right, we have to make sure, okay, that we are in the particular well versed about I might say technology, because it's like a shame if like we can't say that to our children, right? If our generation right now, they are all about why father, why dad, why mom. They keep asking you. If you as a parents, you say I do not know. I believe, okay, in rural area I cannot deny it. Okay, it's undeniable that somehow they used to like I do not know how to explain to my children on this, right? So the good things is during this pandemic we have forced not only just the children but the parent itself, okay? They will totally have to okay, I have to learn because I want to explain to my children. Okay, I have to explain to my children. So if I myself, okay, I do not know how to use this, okay, how I want to make sure that I can explain to my children. Uh, yeah, it's like okay. So I do not know how to tell you all, but I believe that this is something like we have to ponder. Okay. We have to ponder. Okay, and the third one we have the new knowledge, scientific, technical of the social. Okay, so we need to say, when we do, okay, when we do this kind of the technology, okay, we have to make sure that um there's certain thing, okay, that uh the certain thing, okay, we have to make sure and um of course, new knowledge is something like the knowledge that we have to acquire. Okay, um, they might say K knowledge right now. Sorry, yeah, K knowledge. Is something like okay. I give some simple example. New knowledge or K knowledge is something like this. Before this, we might be familiar. We have textbook, right? Okay, but when we have the new knowledge or the K knowledge, uh we try to actually change the perception from textbook, from the visible and how to say that tangible to intangible. So you now can have like e-notes or e-book online, right? So that is a I can say like in particularly this is technical. Okay, people might say that, oh, okay, so I still can retrieve the notes by using this ebook. Yeah, ebook. I only just give my student, okay, the notes when they are logging into Neo. If they are not become the Neo members, Neo students, they not even have the notes. That's me, okay. And of course within the group, WhatsApp and so forth, they will get whatever that I give, okay. But outside there, okay, they can't even reach the notes unless I'm doing it like in YouTube. Okay, mostly YouTube I will sharing to all. Okay, I make it public because I believe that yeah, it's just like a knowledge, right? Okay, and then still we have to share. Okay, and then like this mostly when I doing in this Google Meet, this is the notes that only for you, special edition. All right, so there will be like scientific, technical, or social. Okay, so this is the new knowledge that we have to go. Why the reason, the sources of innovation. Okay, all right, and then moving on to the legal structure. I think that in the previous topic we do have discussing okay on this, right, in term of the sole proprietorship, partnership, company, and trust. If I'm not mistaken, topic 7. Okay, for this part. Okay, so of course in the legal structure we have to bear in mind the reason that when we do in the sole proprietorship we are alone. You are the owner. You somehow you are also um the employees of the company, right? And somehow you have to run and manage the company by yourself because you are the main who are making decision making. And for the partnership, of course, they do have more than two owners, and all the owners still we counted as the partnership. Okay, and mostly the highlighted of the industry like in accounting, in the legal firm, in architecture, they still call as the partners even they have more than 20 of their employees. Okay, they're not called as employees, the workers, but they call as the partners. And for the company, of course, it goes with the corporations, right? So mostly this is a very, I can say, the formality of, I didn't say that sole proprietorship and partnership is not formal. Like partnership, they do also have the partnership act in order to oblique, right? But for the company, mostly they are quite a big company, and in terms of the rules and regulation, they have to make it formalized and formality. They have to hire their secretaries. They have to hire their what we call internal auditor to make sure that the company is being stable and follow the requirement, because this is the corporation, okay, rules and regulation. And of course when we're talking about the trust, this is whereby uh the entity, okay, of this company is fully actually take care of the trustee, okay, obligation. So you been asked in order to take care and to make sure giving this trust to the right people, okay, beneficiary, to the right beneficiary. All right, so I think that maybe you can just recap back on our topic 7 to know about more on this legal structure. And there will be like the group task on this. Okay, group task meaning to say you can do your discussion what is the advantage, because in topic 7 we do discuss, okay, the advantage and disadvantage, the key element, example of the such business. Like sole proprietorship, we have saloon, okay, maybe you have your own grocery stores, okay, or maybe you have your what we call your own restaurant, okay. And like the partnership, sometimes that you have the legal firm, you have the accounting firm, okay, and sometimes they have clinics, okay. And then the company, of course, they have lots of private limited company and public limited company. And mostly they will be listed like in Malaysia. We do have that listed under Kuala Lumpur Exchange. Okay, for example, we do have Petronas, we have the RB Highcom. Okay, oil and gas, petroleum. And trust is like Amanah Raya. In Malaysia, we do have Amanah Raya, who the right company business who doing the trustee company. So mostly like the people, the customer for the trust company, um I might say not only just um high earn customer. Can I say that high earning, high earn mean high class customer, but they are come like from the company itself, okay, who have like their own asset. Okay, sometimes they have to ask somebody in order to take care when when they are not around in this world. So someone who have to give and dealing with my family on that. So for example like that. All right, and then we do have like intellectual property. Okay, um this one also, if you still remember in topic 6 or maybe 7, but maybe 6 around that, we also discuss on it about the patterns, the trademarks, industrial design. Okay, because uh, what is the difference on that? Because if you realize this, all intellectual property is very important to the company to make sure they are competitive and compete enough with others. Okay, if not, you will be left behind. And if you just go back, okay, to our previous discussion on this topic, because we have other one topic which is focusing on intellectual property, the patent, trademark, industrial design is actually to make sure that look, you are different from other company. Okay, you are very competitive, and you are showing to your competitive you are different from the rest. So that's why the customer will looking into this kind of the company. It shows something like stability on that. So of course there will be advantage and disadvantage, because mostly disadvantages go to the copyright infringement. Okay, what I said. So your competitors is keep on copycat meaning to say copy and paste your work art, okay, everything, okay, your copyright, your trademark or design, that is possibility the high risk. Even though Apple and also Samsung also bit together in terms of this pattern, right? Can you imagine the mega and giant company like that? Okay, also keep copycat each other, okay, and claiming that they own their patent. But only the jurisdiction, can I say that, in terms of when they sue each other, okay, only the how to say that, the legal system will actually showing which part, which and whom party will be win the case. And then of course when come to disadvantage also, they're not only that copycat this, but in terms of I can say like what we call, not copycat, but um they they're competing you. Of course they become the main rival of your product. That's why in order to win the game, you have to own this thing yourself. Easy to say, right? For the big giant company, of course this is maybe nothing matters, because they are they have their own their department to do all this pattern, trademark, industrial design for the particular company. All right, and then okay, we're moving to the gathering information. Okay, how we want to gather the information. Okay, number one, in terms of interviewing. Okay, when we're talking about interviewing, this is all the prospect. Okay, particular party. Okay, not party yeah yeah, but the right person, okay, the right groups who we want to get the informations about the business. Number one, of course, the customer. We might ask the customer itself, okay, what do you want? Okay, what do you want? Okay, and the second one, in terms of the suppliers, okay, um, okay, for the customer just now, okay, because the customer is being synonym with customer always right, customer is the best, customer is everything, right? Okay, so by having this thing, okay, we have to make sure that the customer the requirement and the demand of the customer is being fulfilled. That is the thing. And the second one, in terms of the supplier, how well they can supply the resources to you, especially the involving like gadget, right? So they want to know, okay, especially all the particular things, okay, in terms of this any kinds, okay, the tools that you need, you want to use, okay, to create your new ideas. Your creation should be parallel with your creation. And then the third one, in terms of the employees of the similar organization. Similar organization meaning to say they have the same, okay, the same of like your identity organization. Is like, I can say like your competitors indirectly, okay, because why, we are talking about their employees. So from their employees, it's very rare, okay, but if like you can find out the right people who can give you, is like, they have the term for that, you are giving something like all the secrets to you, internal insider, insider trading. This is the person who are backstabbing the company, right? Giving all the secret of your company to others, your competitors. It's not good. But you see, employees of the similar organization, meaning to say, they try to actually digging, okay, to find to ask you, okay, what your particular company is doing in this kind of creation innovations, okay, so how they do it, so you actually getting some of your information from that particular employees. And the next one is the competitors, meaning to say your rivals, okay, because your rival will be like indicator that whether you are good or you are left behind, okay. So if you see that your competitors will keep on what we call updating, what is the latest of their package, okay, what is the latest of their uh what we call something offered, okay, to the customer, okay, so they will become like, yeah, this is something like, okay, I have to beat this, okay. There will be a benchmark, okay, for you to go and survive, okay. And then we also have the industry organization, okay. If let's say you do have like F&B, okay, so you will focusing on the F&B industry. If you are in the technology, electric and electronic, so you're focusing on electric and electronic. So if you are focusing on textile, you will go for the textile. So this is you have to gather information by interviewing them. But nowadays, yeah, maybe you can interview them from, yeah, using this. They are more better to use this kind of medium, right? Because you don't have to face, but still face to face. But you know, you can use it like Google Meet platform. You can Zoom, okay, and yeah, sometimes they helps, okay. If you go to western countries, sometimes they helps, okay. They give you some other way, okay, how to be like us, okay. They are very positive on that, but not all, huh. All right. And then publish data, of course. Publish data, something like article journals that showing your statistic. And also I can say like your company financial statement also, okay. You can say like uh in maybe like in the stock listing exchange, okay. So it's also shown some like your stability of the company. All right, so we do have the published sources, okay. For example, in here they do have libraries, general publication, search, industry reports on. So this one you can get from like a Bloomberg, okay. Bloomberg's industry, IBIS, Australian Bureau of Statistics. Like Malaysia, we do have Malaysian statistic, Dun and Bradstreet database, market study of the particular industry. So this one, maybe you can have some recommendation for your case study on how you can see, okay, whether the company is been have like their uh, what we call sources, you know, data in the particular libraries in here. And of course the most important is in the internet, which is the search engine, okay. So now we're moving to the entry strategies, okay. Entry strategies, what the strategy that you want to enter, okay, what you can expect. Of course, number one is about the competitors retaliations, okay. And then we do have like what is competitors retaliation? It means like um your competitors what is the simple word, okay. Retaliation meaning to say your competitors can say war, something like that. Your competitors challenges, something like that. It's something like war to you, okay. If you want to compete your competitors, okay, you have to know what is the strength of your competitors, is weaknesses to you, and what is the opportunities of the competitors is threats to you. So this is how we want to think on the retaliations of your competitors. And then second is about price wars. Of course, the lower you can actually offering to your customer, the more the customer will go and switch to you, right? But at the same time, you have to promise them to give a very good quality, not lowering the price, but giving back quality, low quality, right? So in terms of the price war also one of the indicator, okay, when you are buy and you are actually challenging your competitors when come to wars, especially Chinese, right? Chinese company and Chinese, yeah, Chinese company, they're able to lowering the price as low as they can. Why? Because natural resources, the sources itself, they own their self in China, and second one, the labor cost. The labor cost is also very low in in their country. If the labor costs, okay, will move on to other country, they will be expensive. But if in their country itself, it will be more cheaper. And the third one, distribution channels block. Okay, so this is also like the another way around. For example, if you want to export your product to that particular country, the country is blocking you, or maybe they allowed you to enter to export your product, but maybe they may be imposing some high tax towards your product. For example, like Malaysia itself, even though there will be like our local car, right? But we still have the imported car, but imported car is compared to in another country. For example, like Thailand, Thailand have a very low in terms of the tax, duty tax. But when we go with like in our country, like in Malaysia, the tax for the imported car is very expensive. It's very high. So why? Because yeah, this is how in term of distribution channel. And another distribution channel, I might say in term of uh they give some high tax, for example, okay, and in terms of if you want to distribute your product, okay, there were lots of slash. Before this, we do have GST, right? And now we have SST. So this is a part of the tax, okay, they imposing because they know when they have too high tax imposed into you, sometimes as the new entrance company, you feel that it's quite burden and you cannot bear with the high tax. And the next one is the legal challenges. So this is also one another. I give very simple example. When you exporting your product to US, let's say, right? And there will be like found that your product is in default, okay, faulty. So what happened? Faulty is not default, faulty products. The product is not in the right condition. So automatically the country will be actually give something like forum shopping. Forum shopping is something like giving like civil law or civil suit towards your particular country. They sue you on in the court, and they were claiming that you have to bear with the compensation because you are sending somehow that maybe it's not side of our fault, our country fault, but because maybe the logistic problem and so forth, there are many factors. But because you are exporting to their country, you are, can I say, entering their country. This is how they want to play with the game by attacking you through the legal challenges. So this is not a very good one, but this is the business, okay? And then especially Chinese company, okay? When Chinese company and China from the China country, they entering in US, this is probability will be happen, okay? And then personal attacks, we do have like uh personal attacks. Okay, personal attacks mean to say from the company to the company. There is a lot, right? Before this, Microsoft been hacked, okay, and even like the Facebook, and you realize before this there also Google, but the Google is more on like server down, right? So this is personal attack, and even though I realize, uh, I don't remember, but this a long time ago when Sony is like why from Warner Bros. I don't remember the publications of the producer name, but they want to launching the new film. Okay, the new film, and all of a sudden, the personal attacks is the film already been how to say that it been published everywhere in the internet. Can you imagine? Supposedly on the day they will be launching a new film, and somehow they attacks the company and having every singles of the internet have that. So this is how yeah, that one is in the industry of film industry. And anything else that you can think of, okay, maybe in terms like franchising, okay. So this is licensing. So this is the entry strategies that you can think of. Right. So maybe I should make it smaller a little bit. Uh, I'll wait for a while because there will be like azan right now. Okay, sorry because it's azan, so I have to stop a little bit. Right now we continue on the new products entry. Alright, so okay, as been mentioned in here, okay, they said um how, because this is already involved new product entry, right? New products entry is mostly in this PLC, product life cycle theory. Okay, so there will be like in the introduction stage. If you still remember, I call is like S curve there. So often the product lasts, but the companies do not. Yeah. Okay, because the companies cannot survive and sustain. Okay, so that's the reason they said often the product lasts, but the companies do not. So they have to be merged, and then somehow they have to shut down. Okay, they, because due to inconsistently and also unstable. Okay, so they say in here limited by the fact that the inventor is not the business orientated person. Okay, because the inventor is just creator. Okay, so they are not totally the business person or not entrepreneur after all. So there will be like a problem because mostly entrepreneur is hiring, okay, the inventor to do the parts or particular product for them. So that is the limitation on that. But if you are inventor but you are businessman, that is a different story. There will might be more on successful and step for that. And then the third one, often an established player with the greater resources wipe out the startup. And of course, when you are doing the business, okay, you can see they have many of the significant player, meaning to say the player is not player playboy here. Player in here meaning to say your another competitors who are doing together the same industry with you, and they're able to actually wipe out. Okay, wipe out meaning to say they already make you as the new starter company go away from this industry because they already established player, the prominent industry, they already prominent company. They already been established, okay, and mostly the customer is go to those they are more prominent and more established company. So that is the problem. As the new entrance, new company, small company especially is something like a shark eating anchovies. Can you get you get me? Something like that. Big fish is eating a small fish, something like that. And startup often invest so heavily in the technology that they do not have the resources to take the business to the next level. So this is also a problem. Because why? Because at the startup you already invested too much, okay, on the technology, and somehow when you want to go for the next level, the capital is already run away. Okay, the capital is no even budget on that because it's already the portion, big portion have to be lump sum, have to be dumb, okay, into the particular technology because we are a new company. We are not that the corporation who are doing technology after all. Sometimes we don't have the technology, so but we have to force ourselves to have that technology. Okay, can you imagine right now, right? Even like I give very maybe this out from the innovation. You imagine like in this pandemic, right? Even the, like street hawkers also they have to to force themselves in order to make sure that their business is sustained. They have to go with like to make sure that the food is delivered to the customer by having the food panda, having grab food, okay, bungkusin, okay, this agent, okay, to deliver the food on behalf of them to the customer because now it's something like a push factor. You get me? It's a push factor whereby the street hawkers they have to push their food to this I mean like third party, okay, delivery services in order to send to the customer. It's not the customer will run away. Okay, you're not providing any delivery services to that. So that is the technology. And in order to invest on that, okay, they have to have like apps, okay, they have to register their business, okay, and of course they have particular courses on that. So yeah, that is other way around because they want to sustain, okay. I never imagined street hawkers would have this technology, But when I say, oh, they do have food panda, they do. So I quite like, wow, this is the impact of the pandemic. Okay, it's a good thing and the way around, but they have to invest more. Okay, and the product somehow to become more expensive. Sometimes the delivery charges is more expensive than the food itself. Okay, maybe you agree with me on that. Okay, parallel products or services, new business in an existing market with the sufficiently differentiated to the existing business. So, of course, how you want to make sure it's differentiate from the existing business. It's not very easy, it's very difficult. I'm not like condemning, but your rival, okay, your competitors, mostly they already established, but they also survive. They also keep on, how to say that, to survive and to sustain. They have to make sure that they keep doing R&D, and that's the to sufficiently differentiated at the business. But you as the new entrant, how you want to make sure that your business can be different from the rest? That is the task that you have to do homework, you have to do the thorough research on that. And it's require rapid market acquisition before the existing players copy. So when we're talking about requires rapid market acquisition before the existing players copy, meaning to say, um, yeah, I told before, because the risk when you become different, You have to be, somebody will be take off your products. They will be copycat. They try to actually imitate you and claiming that is them but not yours, but actually they copycat from you. So this is, you have to make sure that the market acquisition before the existing players copy, because they know the potential. If you go to China, this is the thing, the risk. Today you said that, for example, you have iPhone 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11, for example. Tomorrow they do have the iPhone 12. Can you imagine that? I do not know about the iPhone, but I believe that is something like that, or 13 or 14, 15. They can have that, but they are copying you. Okay. All right. And then the risk of the parallel business, startup financing may be not be very sufficient to compete until the profitability. Yes, this is the risk. Okay, because you are new. Sometimes in order to wait for your profitability is take longer and take years. Okay, many years. And of course the credibility gap of the new firm, okay, compared to the company that already existing in the many years, you are still have the credibility gap. Okay, how to make sure that you are really in the safe and comfort zone. Sometimes when you are new, you still have to, for example, for those company you are taking high loan, high loan, the interest is still there, and in term to pay also take time. Okay, and the interest is already increase. Okay, so this is possibility, in terms of the credibility gap of the new firm. And I believe that in terms of the credibility also, that is in terms of the performance, help, I mean like financial performance. So in another way around, credibility gap also in terms of the competency. Okay, people not even looking you as a good company yet. Okay, not as the another rival. Another rival also, they take many years, okay, 1,000 years, can I say that, in order to prove they are credible. Okay, they are very good. Okay, and existing players will take retaliatory action. This is the thing I told before. It's like challenges action. The more you want to do better, they will challenge you to that, because they are already established, as you can see in many films. Okay, when involving like this pattern, right? You can see that how the competitors keep on bombarding you with the strategies that you never imagine. Oh, this company already do this. Okay, we have to fight it back. So you keep on challenging each other, but bear in mind how well you want to challenge it. Some said it's about price. Some say about differentiation. Some said it may be in terms of your services, how quick your services. Alibaba versus what we call another company, right? Alibaba, for example, Alibaba, and maybe we do have like Alibaba.com. It's one of the good, I can say, like they have everywhere. So how you want to combat, okay, this Alibaba company, something. And entry strategies on the investor or sponsorship. So the another way around also, as the new entrants, you can do some, the customer sponsor certain event through a substantial purchase order or a contract. Okay, so this is also a good thing, one idea to actually tackle, okay, your potential customer. And then supplier sponsor to advance inventory so as to supplier to get started and build a relationship with the new firm. So when the supplier sponsor something good things, because we have win-win situation, we advertise the supplier, okay, and the supplier also give like chances to have maybe like low price to us. And then business angel investor advances cash. So this is very good. Well, that's good. They call business angel, not as devil angel, right? No, not as a business devil. So the investor, mostly they call angel investor. That is the term, angel investor. So the investor will give advances. They promise. I mean, like they're very convincing by you, and they said they will be invested the money towards your business. So mostly they will wait for around 5 to 10 years on that, because they can expect. That's why they call angel. When they give you money, they want to eat today. No, the investment is not short like that. And the purpose of which is to make a profit, and they will wait on that. Okay, so without further, and they said the last one, entrepreneur must assess the risk. So I will do some three parts on this topic, sir, because you see 54. Okay, can you imagine 54? So I will stop at this, and the next top record I will continue on marketing. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Any question, please just raise up in group WhatsApp. Okay, and thank you so much, student. Assalamualaikum, and please stay at home. Please stay at home and take care. Okay.